Hey there! If you're just starting to learn Thai, this video is made just for you. Today, we'll be learning Thai with scenes from Gap the series, breaking down the sentences, explaining their English meanings, and going through each word in detail. By watching until the end, you'll start recognizing real-life Thai conversations more easily, which is super helpful for beginners. Plus, if you enjoy this video, I'd really appreciate it if you could give it a like. It helps me keep creating more Thai learning content for you. Let's get started.
สวัสดีค่ะ สวัสดีค่ะ สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดี สวัสดี
This is a common Thai greeting used for both formal and informal situations, regardless of the time of day. It can mean hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or even goodbye. This greeting is often accompanied by a gesture called a Y, where the hands are pressed together in a prayer-like position and the head is slightly bowed. The height of the hands and the depth of the bow vary depending on the social status of the person being greeted,
สวัสดี
often shortened to
หวัดดี
in casual speech. In Thai, politeness is essential in conversation, and this is achieved through the use of polite particles. The polite particles
ค่ะ
for females and
ครับ
for males. They are added at the end of a sentence to show respect or politeness. There are different particles for different situations.
ค่ะ ค่ะ
Is used by women at the end of affirmative statements and has a falling tone.
ค่ะ ค่ะ
Is used by women in questions and has a rising tone.
ครับ ครับ
Is used by men in both statements and questions. These polite particles indicate respect and are used depending on the speaker's gender, not the listener's gender. For example, if a woman says, hello, she would say,
สวัสดีค่ะ
while a man would say,
สวัสดีครับ
It's important to note that these particles can also be used as a polite way of answering yes to a question.
สวัสดีค่ะ สวัสดีค่ะ ขอโทษค่ะ ขอโทษค่ะ
This is the most common way to say sorry or excuse me in both formal and informal settings.
ขอ ขอ
This means to ask for or to request something. And
โทษ โทษ
this means punishment or blame. So, it literally translates to requesting punishment or apologizing. And also in casual conversation, you might hear,
โทษที โทษที
which is a more informal, slang version used among friends. You can even shorten
โทษที
to just.
โทษ
It is a very common informal way of saying sorry. Please note that.
ขอโทษ
Is not used to say sorry when offering sympathy, like the death of a loved one. The phrase for that is,
เสียใจด้วย เสียใจด้วย
Additionally, after saying sorry you can perform a Y, depending on the status of the person you are apologizing to.
ขอโทษค่ะ ขอโทษค่ะ ขอบคุณนะคะพี่หยา ขอบคุณนะคะพี่หยา
ขอบคุณ ขอบคุณ
This is the most widely used way to say thank you in Thai. Another friendly and informal way to express thanks is
ขอบใจ
often used with friends, younger people, or in casual settings. All of these forms can be intensified by adding
มาก
or,
มากมาก
meaning very much. When addressing someone older or of higher status, you can also use the word
พี่ พี่
as a respectful term as seen in
พี่หยา นะคะ
polite particles used by women to soften the phrase and make it more gentle.
นะ
adds a friendly tone while
ค่ะ
adds politeness.
ขอบคุณนะคะพี่หยาขอบคุณนะคะพี่หยาชื่อม่อนค่ะชื่อม่อนค่ะ
means my name is Mon. In Thai, speakers often omit the words for I or my because the context usually makes it clear who is being referred to. This is common in Thai culture, where it is normal to avoid overusing personal pronouns, especially in casual conversations. Instead of saying, my name is, a Thai speaker might just say,
ชื่อม่อนค่ะ
means my name is Mon. This avoids redundancy and keeps the conversation natural. This practice is particularly common among women when referring to themselves. However, if you wish to include I in the sentence, for women, you would say,
ฉันชื่อม่อนค่ะ ฉัน ฉัน
means I or me for female speakers. For men, it would be,
ผมชื่อม่อนครับ ผม ผม
means I or me for males. Additionally,
ดิฉัน ดิฉัน
is a very formal way for women to say I in formal situations. Actually,
ฉัน
can be used by men too, especially when speaking to females, though it's less common. While you might think it is the most common word for I among women, it's actually not. There are many other ways to say I in Thai that feel more natural in everyday conversations. One of the most natural and widely accepted ways for women to refer to themselves is by using their own name. While it might seem odd in English to say something like, Christine likes pizza, or Janine will go to sleep, in Thai, this is a common practice, especially among women. Men referring to themselves by name tends to sound more feminine, so it's less commonly done by men. In Thai, a mother might call herself,
แม่
meaning mother, when speaking kindly to her children. However, if she becomes upset, she might switch to
ฉัน
to assert authority or express frustration. This change can signal a shift in tone and emotion. Thai culture also places a lot of emphasis on age and status, which is reflected in personal pronouns like self
พี่
and.
น้อง
These words mean older sibling and younger sibling, respectively. In casual conversations, you can refer to yourself as
พี่
if you're older than the person you're speaking to, even if you're not related. Similarly, you can use
น้อง น้อง
when addressing someone younger. In conclusion, Thai pronouns are more flexible and context-driven than in English.
ไม่เป็นไรใช่ไหม ไม่เป็นไรค่ะ ไม่เป็นไรใช่ไหม ไม่เป็นไรค่ะ
ไม่เป็นไร
This is a must-know phrase. You'll hear it everywhere, from casual conversations to formal settings. It can mean it's okay. No problem. Don't worry about it. Thai people often use this phrase to maintain harmony and avoid conflicts. For example, if someone accidentally steps on your foot and apologizes, you can say,
ไม่เป็นไร
meaning it's okay or no problem. If a friend forgets something minor and apologizes, you can easily reply with,
ไม่เป็นไร
to show that it's no big deal. Now, let's move on to.
ใช่ไหม ใช่ไหม
This is a question tag that you can use at the end of a sentence, similar to saying isn't it or right in English. It's used when you're expecting someone to agree with you.
ใช่ ใช่
Means yes, right, I agree, or correct.
ไหม ไหม
It is a question particle used at the end of a sentence to form a yes-no question. It's an important word because it turns statements into questions in a very natural and straightforward way. It's pronounced with a rising tone, meaning your voice should go up towards the end of the word. It's easy to mix up.
ไหม
And
ไม่
because they sound similar, but they have completely different meanings and uses in Thai.
ไม่ ไม่
It is the negative word in Thai, meaning no or not. It's used to negate a verb or an adjective in a sentence. It's very much like how we use don't, isn't, or not in English. It's pronounced with a falling tone, so your voice goes down slightly when you say it.
ไม่
It is important to note that in casual spoken Thai,
ใช่ไหม ใช่ไหม
which means isn't it or right, is often shortened or altered for more informal use. This creates a more relaxed and friendly tone in everyday conversation.
ไม่เป็นไรใช่ไหม ไม่เป็นไรค่ะ ไม่เป็นไรใช่ไหม ไม่เป็นไรค่ะ
ม่อนนี่ม่อนใช่ไหมม่อนนี่ม่อนใช่ไหม
This is a casual, conversational way to say, "This is Mon, right?" in Thai. Mon, the name of the person being addressed or identified.
ใช่ไหม
A shortened, informal version of,
ใช่ไหม
which means isn't it or right. This structure is very common in informal speech when you're casually asking for confirmation.
นี่ นี่
It is used to mean this, primarily for pointing out or identifying something or someone nearby. Additionally, in other contexts, it can be used to emphasize the word before it, adding intensity to what you're saying. Furthermore, it can also be used to call someone's attention, similar to saying hey in English. This flexibility makes it a versatile word in Thai for different situations.
ม่อนนี่ม่อนใช่ไหมม่อนนี่ม่อนใช่ไหม
ทุกคนรู้ใช่ไหม ทุกคนรู้ใช่ไหม
Means everyone knows, right?
ทุก ทุก
This means every or all. It is used to refer to an entire group or totality of something. For example,
ทุกวัน
means every day.
คน คน
This is the Thai word for person or people. It is often used to describe individuals or groups of people. It is also a classifier for people, used after numbers to indicate how many people. For example,
สามคน
means 3 people. Important note, in the Thai language, there is no specific plural form like in English, where we add s or es. Thai nouns remain the same in both singular and plural contexts, and the meaning is understood from context or by adding additional words to indicate plurality. How to indicate plural in Thai? First, Thai uses classifiers to show the number of items, particularly for objects and people. Additionally, there are words that indicate plurality, such as many or some, which can be added to clarify the plural meaning.
รู้ รู้
Means to know. In Thai pronunciation, the R sound often changes to an L sound in casual or everyday spoken language. This phenomenon occurs because the R sound, which is a trilled or rolled R, can be difficult or unnatural for some Thai speakers to produce in fast speech. As a result, they replace it with the easier, softer L sound. For example,
รู้
meaning to know, might be pronounced as
รู้
in informal speech. While the change is common in informal conversation, in more formal settings, especially in news broadcasts or official speeches, the R sound is typically pronounced correctly.
ทุกคนรู้ใช่ไหม ทุกคนรู้ใช่ไหม
ทุกอย่างที่เกี่ยวกับคุณสามทุกอย่างที่เกี่ยวกับคุณสาม
Means everything about Ms. Sam.
คุณ คุณ
Is a polite form of address equivalent to Mr. or Ms. in English, used to show respect or formality when referring to someone.
ทุกอย่าง ทุกอย่าง
This means everything.
ทุก
Means every.
อย่าง
means thing or type. Together, they form everything.
ที่เกี่ยวกับ ที่เกี่ยวกับ
This phrase means related to or about.
ที่ ที่
Here, its function as a relative pronoun meaning that or which.
เกี่ยวกับ เกี่ยวกับ
Means related to or concerning, often used to connect something to a topic or subject.
ทุกอย่างที่เกี่ยวกับคุณสามทุกอย่างที่เกี่ยวกับคุณสามทุกอย่างที่เกี่ยวกับคุณสามฉันรู้หมด ฉันรู้หมด
ฉันรู้หมด
Means I know all.
ฉัน ฉัน
Means I or me, typically used by females.
รู้ รู้
Means to know.
หมด หมด
It has multiple uses and meanings in Thai, depending on the context. It can mean to run out or be used up, implying that something is no longer available or finished. It also means completely or entirely, often indicating that something has been done or known in full. When used in sentences like,
ฉันรู้หมด
it means I know everything, signifying completeness or total knowledge.
ฉันรู้หมด ฉันรู้หมด
เข้าใจไหม เข้าใจค่ะ เข้าใจไหม เข้าใจค่ะ
The phrase
เข้าใจไหม
is a simple and common way to ask someone if they understand. The word
ไหม
is the question particle used to form yes-no questions in Thai. In this case, it transforms the statement, you understand,
เข้าใจ
into a question, do you understand?
เข้า เข้า
Means to enter or to get in. And
ใจ
translates to heart or mind. So, when combined,
เข้าใจ
literally means to enter the heart or mind, but in everyday use, it simply means to understand. To confirm that you understand, you would say,
เข้าใจค่ะ เข้าใจค่ะ
if you are a female speaker with,
ค่ะ
being a polite particle used by women, male speakers would say,
เข้าใจครับ ครับ
a polite particle used by men. If you don't understand, you can simply say,
ไม่เข้าใจ ไม่เข้าใจ ไม่
is a negative particle in Thai, used to form negations. It's equivalent to no or not in English and is placed before verbs, adjectives, and sometimes entire phrases to express the negative form. In addition to the phrases mentioned earlier, there's another useful way to ask if someone understands. If you want to say, do you understand or not, you can use the phrase,
เข้าใจหรือเปล่า เข้าใจหรือเปล่า
This structure is also quite common and adds the option of or not to the question, making it more specific. Here
หรือเปล่า หรือเปล่า
is another common question form that means or not.
เข้าใจไหม เข้าใจค่ะ เข้าใจไหม เข้าใจค่ะ
นั่นเสียงอะไรคะ นั่นเสียงอะไรคะ
Means what is that sound?
นั่น นั่น
Means that, referring to something at a distance.
เสียง เสียง
Means sound or noise.
คะ คะ
Is a polite particle used by women when asking a question.
อะไร อะไร
In Thai, primarily means what, and it's one of the most commonly used question words in the language. In addition to meaning what, It can also be used more abstractly to mean something or anything in different contexts. For example,
อะไรก็ได้ อะไรก็ได้
is a common phrase that can be used to say anything's fine, whatever you want, or simply whatever.
นั่นเสียงอะไรคะ นั่นเสียงอะไรคะหม่อมบอสมีอะไรหรือเปล่าคะหม่อมบอสมีอะไรหรือเปล่าคะ
In this scene, the speaker is politely asking the lady boss if there is anything she would like to say or contribute to the conversation. The phrase,
หรือเปล่า หรือเปล่า
is commonly used to ask yes-no questions with the meaning, or not, so in this case, the question is asking whether or not the lady boss has something to say.
หม่อมบอส หม่อมบอส
This is a polite or respectful way to refer to someone titled Lady Boss or Madam Boss.
หม่อม
Is a respectful title often used for royalty or high-status individuals, while
บอส
is a borrowed word from English meaning boss or manager.
มี มี
This verb means to have, or there is or there are.
อะไร อะไร
Means something or anything in this sentence. The speaker is asking, Lady Boss, do you have something to say or not? Here, it is used to inquire whether there is any particular thing the lady boss would like to mention or add to the conversation. By understanding how
อะไร
shifts between what, something, and anything, we can see how flexible this word is in various conversational settings.
หม่อมบอสมีอะไรหรือเปล่าคะหม่อมบอสมีอะไรหรือเปล่าคะแป๊บหนึ่งนะแป๊บหนึ่ง
แป๊บหนึ่ง แป๊บหนึ่ง
is an informal way of saying just a moment or wait a second. It's commonly used in casual conversations, often when you're momentarily busy or need a little time before responding to someone.
แป๊บ แป๊บ
Means moment or a short while.
หนึ่ง หนึ่ง
Is a casual way of saying one. A more formal way to say just a moment in Thai is
สักครู่ สักครู่
This phrase is commonly used in professional or formal settings, such as customer service or business environments. For example, you can use the sentence,
กรุณารอสักครู่ กรุณารอสักครู่
which means, please wait a moment. This polite and respectful expression is appropriate when addressing clients, superiors, or informal conversations where maintaining professionalism is important.
แป๊บหนึ่งนะแป๊บหนึ่งจริงเหรอคะจริงเหรอคะ
จริงหรอ
It is a common way to ask, really? Or is that true?
จริง จริง
This means true or real.
หรอ หรอ
It is used when the speaker assumes or presumes something but still seeks confirmation. It can be translated as really or is that so in a casual, informal tone.
จริงเหรอคะจริงเหรอคะม่อนเป็นลูกครึ่งอยู่ที่ไทยม่อนเป็นลูกครึ่งอยู่ที่ไทย
Means, I am half Thai and living in Thailand.
เป็น เป็น
Is a Thai verb meaning to be, but it has specific rules in its usage. Unlike the general verb to be in English, it is used only with nouns or noun phrases that express identity, role, or profession. Importantly, it cannot be used with adjectives to describe a person's characteristics or state, which is a key difference from how to be is used in English. When it is used to mean to be, the negative form is not created by placing
ไม่
directly before it. Instead, you should use either,
ไม่ใช่
which is neutral, or,
ไม่ได้
which emphasizes contradiction to a previous assumption.
ลูกครึ่ง ลูกครึ่ง
This term refers to a person of mixed heritage, specifically half Thai and half another nationality.
ลูก ลูก
Means child. And
ครึ่ง ครึ่ง
means half. So, Mon is describing herself as someone who is half Thai and half British. In this context,
ลูกครึ่ง
directly means I am half Thai.
อยู่ อยู่
This verb means to live or to be located and is used when describing location or existence. In this case, it indicates Mon's current place of residence.
ที่ ที่
This is a preposition meaning at or in and is used to specify a location. Here, it introduces the place where Mon is living, Thailand.
ไทย
ม่อนเป็นลูกครึ่งอยู่ที่ไทยม่อนเป็นลูกครึ่งอยู่ที่ไทยหนูพูดไทยได้ค่ะหนูเป็นลูกครึ่งหนูพูดไทยได้ค่ะหนูเป็นลูกครึ่ง
Means, I can speak Thai. I am half Thai.
หนู หนู
Literally means mouse or rat. It is also commonly used by children, young girls, or women when referring to themselves, particularly when talking to someone older or of higher status, such as teachers or elders. It is a polite and endearing way of speaking, often used in informal situations where a speaker is younger or in a lower social position. Additionally, it can be used by older people when addressing someone younger as you, often with a sense of affection or familiarity.
พูด พูด
To speak.
ไทย ไทย
This refers to the Thai language when used in this context.
ได้ ได้
Is a versatile word that can indicate ability, permission, achievement, or past actions, and its meaning shifts based on sentence structure and context. In our sentence, it is used as an auxiliary verb meaning can or able to. Here, Mon is expressing her ability to speak Thai. Additionally, when it is used as a main verb, it can mean to get or to obtain.
ค่ะ ค่ะ
A polite particle used by women.
หนูพูดไทยได้ค่ะหนูเป็นลูกครึ่งหนูพูดไทยได้ค่ะหนูเป็นลูกครึ่งพูดแบบนี้พูดแบบนี้
Means, speak like this or say it this way.
พูด พูด
Means, to speak or to say.
แบบ แบบ
Means, like or in this manner, referring to a way or style.
นี้ นี้
This, referring to something close to the speaker or context.
อย่าทำแบบนี้ อย่าทำแบบนี้
Means, don't do this.
อย่าทำแบบนั้น อย่าทำแบบนั้น
Means, don't do that.
อย่าทำแบบนี้อีก อย่าทำแบบนี้อีก
Means, don't do it again.
พูดแบบนี้เดี๋ยวนะ เดี๋ยวนะ
Is an informal Thai expression meaning, wait a moment, or hold on.
เดี๋ยว เดี๋ยว
It is a versatile word used in various situations depending on the context. It is commonly used in spoken Thai and can have several meanings. Firstly, soon or in a moment. When used alone or with a verb, it indicates something will happen soon, usually within a short time. Secondly, just a moment, or hold on, it can be used when asking someone to wait briefly. Additionally, in some contexts, it refers to something that will happen after some time has passed. For example,
เดี๋ยวนี้ เดี๋ยวนี้
means now, right now, or nowadays.
เดี๋ยวฉันมา เดี๋ยวฉันมา
Means I'll be back in a moment.
เดี๋ยวทำ เดี๋ยวทำ
I will do it later.
เดี๋ยวจะไปหา เดี๋ยวจะไปหา
I will visit you.
เดี๋ยวก่อน เดี๋ยวก่อน
Just a moment.
เดี๋ยวนะ
Hope this video helped you out. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a like. See you in the next one.